Now let's do some questions based on the concept of directly proportional and inversely proportional. First question is, these are only questions we will solve side by side. If 3 pencils cost $6, how much will 5 pencils cost? Now as we know, number of pencils, if we increase number of pencils, cost will also increase. So that is the direct proportion, right? Now let's write the ratio. Let's write cost in the numerator and number of pencils in the denominator. So if cost is 6, then number of pencils are 3. And because these are proportional, cost is proportional to the number of pencils. So I can say this is equal to, now the numerator is cost and we have to find the cost. So that is our variable and 5 is the number of pencils. If number of pencils are 3, cost is $6. If numbers of pencils are 5, what is the cost? This we have to calculate. So let's reduce is to 2 is equal to x by 5. Now multiplying by 5 on both sides, because we need to calculate x, that will be 5 times 2. So x is equal to 10. Now as we have seen in our previous part, that y over x is equal to k, right? So y is the cost. We can apply this directly without equating the ratios. If we want to use this, cost over number of pens or pencils is equal to k. But now we need to know this k. So that means we will calculate this k with the given data. We have to calculate this cost with the when the number of pencils are 5. And what is the ratio? 6. No, wrong, because x is cost, so we cannot write this. Is it correct? Yes, 6 is cost and number of pencils is 3. So see, we are at the same point. Either you use this ratio thing, this is already k which needs to be calculated, and this is with the actual ratio method. So if you calculate with any of the methods, your answer is not going to change. So in this case, if we solve, x over 5 is equal to 6 over 3, the same calculations, 2. Now multiply by 5 on both sides, so this 5 will be cancelled, is equal to 2 times 5. So x is equal to 2. That means if 3 pencils cost $6, 5 pencils will cost $10. Now let's come to next question. Again, it takes 4 hours to read 100 pages. How many pages can be read in 6 hours at the same speed? So let's do with the equal ratio method. Let's do pages in the numerator and hours in the denominator. So if there are 100 pages, number of hours are 4, is equal to, now we have to calculate pages, which is the numerator. So let's say this is x. We have to do it for 6. First, to solve it, let's say divide by 4 on both sides. 4 ones are 4, 25 4s are 100. So 25 over 1 is equal to x by 6. Now if we multiply by 6 on both sides, 6 times x by 6 is equal to 25 times 6, cancelled. So x is equal to 150. That means if we read the book for 6 hours, we can read 150 pages, and this is directly proportional. Now a car travels 240 kilometers using 20 liters of fuel. Again, this is directly proportional, because if you are traveling more, you will need more fuel. How far it can travel using 35 liters? So let's say kilometer is the numerator and fuel is in the denominator. So if kilometers are 240, then fuel is 20 liters. Now how far? That means kilometers we have to calculate using 35 liters. So let's divide it by 20. 20 ones are 20. 20, 12. So 12 is to 1. 240 divided by 20 is 12. So now our question is 12 over 1 is equal to x over 35. So x is equal to 35 into 12. Let's do it. Use the calculator. 420. So if 35 liters of petrol is used, one can travel 420 kilometer according to this ratio. Now let's come to next question. This is of inverse proportion. Let's see. 4 people can complete a job in 12 days. How many days will 6 people take to complete the job? Now because this is inverse proportion, more the people, less will be the number of days. So in that case, if two ratios are inversely proportional, their product is always same. That is the ratio. This is the rule. So let's write ratio for this one. 4 people, 12 days. This is equal to 6 people, how many days, right? So 12 here is known to us and we have to calculate 6. So 48 is equal to 6x. Now dividing by 6 on both sides, 8. So that means if 4 people can complete a job in 12 days, then 6 people will complete it in 8 days. So more the people, less are the number of days. That is why it is inversely proportional, and so their product will be equal. Now let's see one more question of inverse proportion. A machine takes 10 hours to pack 500 boxes. How many hours will it take to if two machines are used? Now you are using one machine, so it will take more time to pack same number of boxes. But if you increase one machine, then less number of hours are taken. Now 3 datas are given. A machine, 2 machines, 10 number of hours, and how many hours are needed. So 500, that means it's constant here. It will not be a part of the ratio. It's just the information that 500 boxes are to be packed. If one machine is used, right, then it take 10 hours. So that means first data multiplication will be equal to second data multiplication. Or you can write it as K, right? So what is given? If 2 machines are used, how many hours are needed is equal to, if one machine is used, 10 hours are needed. 500 boxes is constant. So y is equal to 10 divided by 2, dividing by 2 ends on both sides. So y is equal to 5. So if you have 2 machines, 5 hours will be needed. And if we apply a little bit of logic, so yes, if a machine is doing a work in 10 hours, 2 will take 5 hours. So this is inversely proportional. I hope you get the concept of directly and inversely proportional now.